The theater was filled with noise at first, crowds whispering, cameras shifting, judges casually smiling like they had seen it all before. Simon Cowell leaned back in his chair, arms crossed, expecting another ordinary audition. But then a boy walked onto the stage, small in size, wearing a worn jacket that looked too big for his shoulders. His eyes held something different, not fear, not excitement, but something deeper, something heavy. The host asked his name, and the boy answered softly. The audience clapped politely, but there was a strange silence underneath it all, like everyone could sense that this moment wasn't going to be normal. Simon tilted his head slightly, watching closely. The boy didn't look like someone chasing fame. He looked like someone carrying a story. When Simon asked, "Why did you come here today?" the boy swallowed hard, gripping the microphone as if it was the only thing keeping him standing. And in that instant, the air in the room changed completely. The boy explained that he loved music, but music wasn't just a hobby for him. It was survival. He said singing was the only time he felt free, the only time his heart didn't feel so heavy. Simon's expression shifted slightly, the usual sharpness in his face softening. Then the boy hesitated, looking down at the stage floor. The judge asked gently, "Are you okay?" The boy nodded, but everyone could tell he wasn't. He finally spoke again, his voice trembling. "I used to sing with my father," he said. The audience grew quiet. Even the judges stopped moving. The boy continued, "He was my hero. He made me feel safe." Those words alone were emotional, but what came next was something no one was prepared for. The boy took a breath, his chest rising like he was trying to hold back an ocean. "But my father, he's not here anymore." The crowd gasped. Simon's eyes widened, and for the first time that night, he didn't know what to say. The boy explained that after his father passed away, everything changed. The world didn't feel warm anymore. Home didn't feel the same. Nights became long, filled with silence, where laughter used to live. He said he felt scared, scared of being alone, scared of growing up too fast, scared that he would forget his father's voice. His mother tried her best, but the pain was too big for one family to carry. The boy admitted that there were moments when he felt completely lost, like he was walking through life without a map. Simon leaned forward now, listening with a seriousness that made the entire room still. The boy's voice cracked as he said, "After my father, I didn't know who would protect me." The audience was tearing up already. Even Heidi blinked rapidly, trying not to cry. Simon's lips parted slightly, but no words came. Because sometimes, pain like that doesn't need commentary. It just needs to be heard. Then Simon asked the question that would change everything. "So, who kept you safe?" The boy froze. His hands tightened around the microphone. The room was so quiet, you could hear someone breathing in the back row. The boy looked up, his eyes shining with tears that refused to fall. For a moment, he didn't answer. It was as if the words were too powerful to speak aloud. Simon waited, uncharacteristically patient. Finally, the boy whispered, "My father did even after he was gone." The audience gasped again. The boy placed his hand over his chest. "I still feel him," he said. "When I'm scared, I hear him telling me to be brave. When I sing, it feels like he's standing next to me." That was the moment Simon Cowell couldn't speak. His face went still, emotion breaking through the tough exterior millions know him for. He blinked slowly, trying to process the weight of what this child had just revealed. No script, no performance, just raw truth. The boy then said, "I came here because I want the world to hear the song I sing for him." And with that he began. The first note left his mouth like a prayer. His voice wasn't just beautiful, it was haunted, full of longing, full of love, full of grief that had nowhere else to go. The audience sat frozen. The judges stared as if witnessing something sacred. The boy sang as if every lyric was a letter to his father in heaven. People in the crowd wiped their faces openly now. Even Simon's eyes were glossy. His jaw clenched as he fought emotion. The boy wasn't trying to impress anyone. He was trying to connect with someone he had lost. And somehow, through music, he did. The room wasn't a talent show anymore. It was a moment of healing. When the song ended, there was a pause, one long, stunned pause, before the entire theater erupted into a standing ovation. Simon stood slowly, still silent. The applause thundered around them, but Simon's eyes stayed locked on the boy. Finally, he spoke, his voice quieter than anyone expected. "I don't know what to say," he admitted. "That was beyond music." He paused, swallowing hard. "Your father would be so proud of you." The boy's tears finally fell, and he nodded, unable to speak either. In that moment, millions watching would understand something simple and powerful. Sometimes talent isn't about perfection, it's about truth. It's about a child standing on a stage, carrying loss in his heart, and turning it into something the world can feel. Simon Cowell, known for his sharp words, had none left, because the boy had already said everything that mattered. And as the golden lights shone above him, one thing became clear. His father may have been gone, but the love that kept him safe would never disappear.